Hi guys, welcome to a new episode. It's a blissful day. I finally get a haircut, so I'm very excited about that. I was able to go to actually a salon, sit down with a mask, and another person came over and uh, gave me a nice trim. So little things, changes are taking place. We are definitely making baby steps, but I think we hopefully moving in the right direction. So today the topic is energy. It's something that surrounds us, something that we are definitely possess, whether we are using it, with a lot of intention or not. But it's something that I've wanted to talk for a long time. And let's maybe start with an awesome quote by Albert Einstein. Energy cannot be created nor destroyed. It can only be changed from one form to another. Or another awesome quote. You give life to what you give energy to. And this is anonymous. So, once I was watching this really cool talk with this monk who teaches a lot of bankers and a lot of big shots from New York City. And he was talking about energy. And he was trying to compare energy is like money. There is definite amount of what we have and what we use within a day, and just as you're trying to buy a house or um, trying to invest in whatever venture, there's going to be finite limited resource of what's available. So what he was advising for us to start really looking at it as this is how much I have during the day. I know sooner or later I will run out of it. How am I going to use it, today, this week, this month, this year, and so forth. And we know that how we spend our days, that's how we spend our life. So I think so I wanted to dedicate today to really break it down a little bit and help us to kind of be more a little bit conscientious of how we're spending our energy. Let me give you an example. So let's imagine a situation. You are it's in the night, you're going on a date, so you're running down to your car, you kind of see some kind of guys hanging out, and somebody just kind of throw a bottle, glass bottle, just down the road, and they kind of and just kid some kind of took off, and he didn't, was like, well, I have to go date, on a date, I cannot really mess with this, whatever. But you, unfortunately, as you pulled out and you drive through, you got a flat tire, and now you're pissed, and now you kind of see those guys actually still over there, and you're choosing to go over there and just kind of, if you're a guy, maybe you want to even just kind of reprimand them, just take their parents, maybe pull their ear or hit them, or maybe even talk to their parents. The other option is simply accept the fact what it is, try to just change the tire and go on a date. So the question is, we know, and what's right, what's wrong, right? It's one of the situations that you have to prioritize, and I think if you really start looking from energy point of view, what would be the most beneficial, I think, for us, and I think maybe even for me personally, it's like allow the situation to be, try not to get it too emotional or too upset. It's like, hey, I've seen a bottle. I could have cleaned it up. I chose not to. I drove that direction. So I'm taking a little bit of responsibility even for somebody else messing up. And instead of me trying to waste 10, 15, 30 minutes trying to go after the guys, I'm just putting all my effort and energy into making sure I'm just changing the tire and I'm going to the restaurant for the date. So I think those kind of situations, every day, I think we're making a lot of different decisions. How little things, for an example, if you are in a relationship, marriage, as the cap is over here, from the bottle is not in the trash, or that there's sink of the dishes. And sometimes I think we have to learn how to be quiet, and I think we have to be able to choose our bottles. And sometimes I think it's very helpful for us to just roll up the sleeves and do it. Do it, smile, and it's just still try to be positive. And because ultimately, So people will catch on to this. A lot of times we forget how much effort it takes to get upset, because it's not only it's physical, but it's also mental. So whatever given task we have, solving an issue, problem, situation, we know that it's going to require both. A lot of times it's not only we have to figure out how to do it, but then we actually have to go and do it. Very basic, right? Um, but I've been thinking a lot about it. How times sometimes we procrastinate. How long it takes us to make certain decision. It's like and we learn this 5-second rule, and I've kind of talked about it before. I think it can definitely help us to keep to the minimum of our mental kind of effort. It's like, hey, I set a goal. I'm not gonna be kind of questioning back and forth, or trying to negotiate, inside of my head. It's like, oh, should I do this? Should I not do this? We are masters of trying to find reasons not to do things, especially if they're maybe a little bit difficult or we do not know how. But a lot of people that I've talked to, it's like if you know that it's really good for you, you should just go and do it, and there's no back and forth. So we'll be able to limit that kind of mental struggle, and so we're limiting our energy put into our mental effort, and we're kind of focusing on the physical. We actually at the end gaining a lot of time and energy left to do other things during the day. So I really would encourage every single one of you guys to kind of think about it, for a little bit. See how you can save energy, how you can invest energy, how are we really spending the day? Because at the end, we all want to be successful and happy, but we all know that we have to do things that sometimes are not so pleasant. We just have to go and make money, and sometimes it's getting up early at 5 or 6 or 7 o'clock. It's tough. It's like it's like you keep hitting the snooze button. No, it's like stop negotiating with yourself. It's like, no, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do it. I'm doing it. So start really investigating and thinking about how you're spending your day, how you're spending your energy, and energy is surrounding us. You have very finite amount of it, so use it wisely, and make sure you're using for not only for growth, but to make sure that when you walk into the room, and people can feel it. And it's true. I've experienced this. Sometimes it's just people just give you a nice smile, and there's something about them that is just uplifting, and you just wish you had that. It's something you can that I think that we are striving for, and I would encourage everybody to go and try to start working that, being more aware. So with that, I'm gonna finish today's little talk. Have a fantastic rest of the day, guys. I wish you nothing but the best. Be kind to yourself. Keep working. Keep improving. And I'll talk to you tomorrow.